All right, so if you're having pain in the front of your thigh, anywhere in here, or in the groin, I'm gonna show you a few things that you can try, as well as a process to figure out if something is worth doing or if it's not worth doing. Because you can't rely on how you feel during. Some stretches may feel good to do, but they may make your movements worse afterwards. Like something that feels like it helps the muscle may not help the joint. And also, sometimes an exercise might not feel like it's doing anything or might not feel like it's stretching the tight spot, but it might be exactly what you need. And you won't know that unless you test your movement response after, which means you need a baseline. Start by setting a baseline, something that's relevant to you and your situation. It could be something as simple as lifting up the side that hurts and seeing if it pinches. What you could also do is test a single leg stand and compare your affected side versus your non-affected side. And perhaps your affected side feels a little bit more uncomfortable, a little bit more unstable, or a little bit more challenging. You can use those two things, or really anything that is relevant to you as a baseline, just so you have a starting point. And you want to see what makes things better. The first thing you can try is a simple hip flexor stretch. You can do this with a chair, you can do this on the floor. You would do a set of that and then test the same thing. Does that pinch that you felt, or that pain or weakness or instability that you felt, feel any better the second time? If so, then that might be a good exercise to do. If that doesn't help, well, what else can you try? You can try stretching a different part of the hip by doing something like this. You can test reciprocal inhibition by engaging the glutes to try to relax the hip flexors. You can test engaging the hip flexors by pushing into your hand to try to get them to stop guarding and to reactivate. You can even test the spine by doing press-ups. And what you want to do is test each thing individually and see how it affects your baselines. Any of those things make it feel easier to stand up with either less difficulty or with less pain, or do they make any other test that you did to check your baselines feel better? If you find anything that does, then you need to do way more of it. The biggest problem why you're not getting better is likely that you're not doing the exercises that help enough. So try those exercises, make sure you thoroughly test them, do a full set, test your baselines, do another set even if you need to, test your baselines, and systematically go one by one. Let me know if you find one of those to be helpful. And if you don't find those to be helpful, then take something else that you've tried that feels good and plug and play so that you can test how your body responds to it. If you got questions, let me know, and I'll do my best to guide you forward.